USA. He purchased 4213 Lakespur Drive, more than 4,900 opulent square feet of the city's northwest side, as his personal residence. Against his tax consultant's advice, he made a 60% down payment on the $1 million property and financed the remainder. He purchased cars with cash. Every fiscal quarter for a year and a half, he spent his income amassing more than a reasonable portion of assets, believing that the money well ran deep and had no bottom. Then, as his coming into the new millennium gift, or someone's idea of a bad joke, he became a tail on the spin. Life events unfurled in rapid speed, and all over, at least Job figured, some unnecessary mess. On the morning of January 6, 2000, Job sat in his office sipping a frappuccino and sharing ideas with Delvin Storm, his partner in the firm and a classmate from Syracuse University, where they both had majored in business administration. Upon Job's insistence, Delvin, a New York native, moved to Louisville, attended real estate school, and added his name to the firm in early 1996. They were busy enjoying a joke one of their clients had emailed them when the Kentucky Real Estate Commission knocked on their door. "We can't let them in," Delvin replied nervously. "Why not?" "It's no telling what they want." "Be for real," Job said. He had a fleeting thought that some jealous broker from a competing agency was trying to thrust the firm out of business. But it was a fleeting thought, nothing more. Believing that the company's finances were in order, Job invited the commission into their office with confidence. Much to his chagrin, when the investigators audited the trust bank account files, they found evidence that their books had been cooked. Job wondered how that could have happened. He was the broker in charge, debiting and crediting the account in earnest, to the best of his ability. When the commission questioned if anyone other than himself had access to the particular set of funds, he responded, "No. Well, actually, my partner makes deposits on my behalf sometimes." Delvin Storm was behind it all? Job was aware that his partner engaged in questionable financial tactics, to which he chose not to be privy or, even to present day, inform a soul that he knew. But he had trouble believing that his partner had robbed funds from accounts that rightfully belonged to the firm once a pending realty transaction was consummated. The Realty Commission staked their reputations on relentlessness when they suspected trust funds had been mishandled. It was just a matter of nailing the culprit. And it was Delvin who became the main specimen under the examination. They questioned, cajoled, and then accused. They locked down the business, revoking its license and both Job and Delvin's individual broker licenses. They detained files. They halted personal, trust, and operating bank account activities until further notice. 90 days later, the verdict was rendered. Guilty. Delvin had fraudulently misrepresented trust account monies for his personal use to the tune of $1,237,980. Racketeering charges were added to that, and he was sentenced to 10 years in a correctional institution, with parole eligibility in 3. On the day before he was to report to prison, Delvin requested a meeting with Job. Job was reluctant to have a one-on-one, fearing that harm may come his way. Delvin had demonstrated an uncharacteristic hostility throughout the trial, and his refusal to disclose the subject of the upcoming meeting fueled Job's suspicion that if Delvin would steal, he was also capable of killing. Despite Monica's insistence that he should decline, Job consented to a public meeting with his defunct partner at the Oak Room, an exclusive Louisville restaurant. Job's remembrance of that dismissal meeting was as vivid as a sunny day was clear. He surveyed the room, mapping out an escape route just in case. They sat among the customers who had come for fun and upscale cuisine. They didn't eat a meal. The tab for the overpriced water, of which Delvin drank bottle after bottle, was dependent upon Job's wallet. Delvin didn't shift sitting positions by a single degree during the entire 90-minute meeting. He started the conversation with, "I get the shaft and you get away a free man, huh?" The shadow of the room was yet an illumination compared to Delvin's haunting form. It was a struggle for Job to keep his composure. He did not, in their last face-to-face meeting for a long time, want to appear to Delvin as clay, malleable against a criminal's evocative persona. Delvin told Job, "Nobody gets rich by being honest." "Maybe." "And getting rich is something you wanted as badly as I did. You can't deny it."